So something I've been talking about in the vlog in recent months, and maybe just like in the history of the vlog, the constant desire to upgrade. I came to kind of like a realization about that. Even before I get into that realization, the most important thing when it comes to buying any type of equipment or upgrading is the results that you produce. My buddy came up with this metaphor, but it's the best one ever, is that you have to stop polishing the window and just look through it, right? You gotta stop researching lenses and just use them. And the realization that I came to was that by that definition, I have absolutely no problems. When I buy things, I use them. And I mean, I really use them. This Sony 55mm lens. When I got it, I was like, I really want a good 50mm lens. And you know what? Once I got this, I didn't look at any other 50mm lenses for this camera. The need for a good 50mm lens was not only completely satisfied, I can't even do any better. At this point, if it's a better lens, it's probably more inconvenient because it's like bigger and maybe it doesn't have autofocus. There'd be other issues with it. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the end all be all, and I treat it as such. And I've mentioned, like, at least in the past few months, that I've been trying to just be satisfied with what I have. And I have found that unless I have achieved like what I consider to be, not exactly perfection, but perfection as far as I'm willing to take it, then I won't be satisfied. And because I'm producing so much stuff, I've decided that I'm not going to hold myself back just because I think that it's good enough for most people. If it's not good enough yet for me, I'm going to find a way to make it good enough for me. That's why I got this thing. The audio quality on this camera is good enough. And when we film an Adventure Archives episode, we kind of just have to use this audio because adding this thing into the mix out in the wild where you have to deal with an extra set of batteries, you have to deal with an extra set of cables, you have to deal with an extra pound or 2 pounds of weight. No, we can't do it. So as far as that's concerned, it's already the maximal. But for like the video work I do where I'm shooting interviews or when I'm doing a podcast, the audio quality on this thing is just not good enough. The fear is that you're just gonna always be thinking about the gear and not actually producing anything. But looking at my track record of stuff that I've obsessed over and then finally gotten, I actually obsess over it, get it, and then actually really use it. It's rare that I'll obsess over something, get it, and then never use it. Now, entertainment stuff on the other hand, I can obsess over some game or some entertainment thing. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but this has happened many times where I obsess over it, I get it, I'm happy with it for a day, and then I never use it again. Or I use it rarely and it's not nearly as big of a deal as it was. But when it comes to actual like production equipment, the constant desire for perfection kind of is what makes me so happy with production in general. I love seeing improvement and getting up to that ceiling of perfection. Like, not that I'm even close to that ceiling of perfection, but as far as equipment goes, in a lot of ways, I've achieved the level of quality that I've been looking for. You might be wondering why I'm not using this thing right now. I wanted to show it to you and I want to do some comparisons. You will probably not be able to hear the difference unless you're wearing headphones or if you know what to listen for. You might be able to hear it on a phone, but the thing is that every improvement is also a downgrade. So while this thing vastly improves the audio quality, you have to deal with another set of batteries, another SD card, you have to sync the audio in post, it weighs more. It's great when things are just an improvement, but so many times it's you improve in one area and you de-improve. The thing that you want to be listening for is the hiss. The hiss is generated by cheap audio equipment. It generates like its own noise and it becomes like this ever-present like hiss that just goes over all the audio. Most people just tune it out, but when you've listened to enough audio and you know what to listen for, you can't unhear it. So now let's hook up the sound device that I got and listen to how much cleaner it is. I guess like the conclusion really is that when it comes to my production stuff, the pursuit of perfection is a worthy one, and constantly having my eye on the horizon on the new things makes some sense. But when it comes to like video games or entertainment stuff, there's only so many hours in the day, so I don't need to keep looking for new things all the time. Just enjoy what I got, you know what I'm saying? And you know, also, the amount of time that you spend on something isn't necessarily like the indicator of whether it was a worthwhile purchase or not. It's more just, there's an internal barometer when you know that you're just looking for something new because you have a hole in your soul and you don't know how to fill it. So you're like, I'm just gonna fill it with stuff. And we all know the difference. In general, I know when I'm fooling myself and when I'm not. And I think that's the ultimate barometer to use. All right, that's 2 days with the clean room, just one more day, and that's a new record. So I'm watching my sister's goldfish while they're out of town, and one of these little effers literally took a bite out of the little tiny guy. His carcass is just floating in there. I'm gonna have to dig him out. I, for the life of me, can't understand why anybody would want to keep a fish. In fact, why don't you explain that to me? Dogs I understand, cats I understand. Dogs will love you no matter what you do. Cats are infinitely entertaining. But fish? It just is sad for everybody involved. The fish are stuck in the tank, the person has to take care of the fish. It's just a lose-lose situation.
All right, I gotta go to the store, do some stuff, a bunch of stuff to be done. I'm gonna go do that, catch you in the rest of the vlog.
And you know, kind of back to that whole upgrading thing, there's a quote that I think is misquoted, but we'll quote it anyway. But it goes like, Bill Gates said once, nobody should ever need more than 512 megabytes of RAM. I have 32,000 megabytes of RAM in my computer right now. And I just don't know if being satisfied is in the human DNA. I think being dissatisfied is part of being human. And always wanting to, well, maybe for some people, but for me, we must achieve perfect flavor.
Perfect flavor.
I did not know that such a thing existed, but this is what you call torrential snow pour. Snowfall? Snowfall. It's cold, I'm closing the door. It is definitely without fail every single year. At the start of winter, I'm so excited. At the end of winter, I'm so sick of it. It is almost April. It is time for this to be over. Well, that's how I'd like it anyway. Well, you don't even like black coffee.
Actually, I meant to tell you not to put so much because I have some really good coconut cream.
Oh, you do, you do. Yes, I've been drinking that straight. One thing about being very observant is that nothing gets by my eyes when it comes to things being put in the fridge.
No, I like this one too because no added sugar. It's mostly coconut cream.
Oh, I don't like it. I shouldn't have put it in. It's too coconutty. It overpowers any other flavor. But if you like that flavor,
Yeah, I was
then
gonna say I really
you're-
like coconut, so
Well, how about you tell me how it is? 'Cause now I've ruined the coffee.
it's really good with the creamer. Sorry, so now all of it's gonna be for me.
Yeah. I'll just drink the leftovers of that. So these fancy glasses, you always use these to drink with your grandsons.
Yeah.
You guys have little smoothies and stuff and you put them in your fancy glass. How did that start?
I don't know. Just one day I said, "Would you like to drink out of a fancy glass?" now they're picky. Like one likes the tall, one likes the short.
Wait, who likes who?
Guess.
Maybe this is, I don't know.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say maybe Everett, but I don't know.
Yeah. This is Everett. This is August.
Okay. Everett seems slightly more dainty to me.
Or more refined, I would say.
Okay.
August is like, that's just not enough. This is bigger.
Well, in that case, I mean, since we got it out, I'll see if it alters the flavor at all. Actually, you know what? That one, it is better out of this glass. I don't know why. Well, maybe because it's like more dense. No, I think it's just
Maybe because you can smell more.
No, the pouring sensation is better. Like this one, it's like it like comes out too fast and too small of a stream. This is like wider. You almost don't have to pour it.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can just kind of
you can take a gulp of it.
Yeah.
Like a bite of it almost.
Well, let's try this one.
It'll be cold by the time you finish putting it in a bunch of different.
Yeah, this is the best glass. I'd put this at a second because it's got the lid that goes out, or the lip, and this one goes in. This one is inferior to all of these. This one's better too, even with the coconut in there. No, not with the coconut in there. But yeah, good coffee, thank you. So that'll do it for today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Almost died.